The highly anticipated fight between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson, which took place in 2024, has sparked intense controversy. While many fans were eager to see Tyson, a former heavyweight champion, step into the ring against the brash and young Paul, the outcome was not as it appeared. Paul won the fight, but there is growing speculation that the match was pre-planned and scripted, casting a shadow over the legitimacy of the event. Questions about authenticity and motivation. Mike Tyson, once considered the most fearsome boxer of his generation, is now 58 years old. He has not competed at a high level for years, and many have expressed concern about his health and well-being, especially in a fight with someone as young and agile as Jake Paul. Tyson's decision to fight Paul raised eyebrows from the very beginning. As a veteran in the sport, Tyson's legacy is built on a foundation of intense, skillful fights, but this bout seemed more about spectacle than genuine athletic competition. At the weigh-in for the Tyson versus Paul fight, the situation turned intense when Mike Tyson slapped Jake Paul. Reacting in anger, Paul fired back, saying, "It's personal now." The slap added a new layer of animosity between the fighters, shifting the dynamic from a simple competition to a more heated personal rivalry. Paul's reaction highlighted the growing intensity of the confrontation, making it clear that the tensions between them were no longer just about the fight, but something deeper, something far more personal. Many people began questioning the fight's authenticity when it became apparent that Tyson, despite his experience and strength, was not fighting with the same ferocity that once made him a dominant force in boxing. His punches appeared slower, and his movements were less fluid than in his prime. On the other hand, Paul, who has made a name for himself by taking on seasoned fighters, was in his element, appearing quick and decisive in his movements. But despite these differences, the result of the fight seemed almost too scripted. The way the fight progressed and the way Paul finished the match raised suspicions. Tyson's apparent lack of effort in the ring was highlighted when he allowed Paul to land several significant punches, despite having the physical capability to avoid them. Tyson's body language throughout the fight was telling. He seemed to be taking hits without responding with his usual intensity. This led many viewers to speculate that the fight was prearranged, with Tyson not fully committing to his performance in order to create a dramatic conclusion where Jake Paul would emerge victorious. The idea that this was a staged fight became more plausible when considering the financial motivations behind it. Both Tyson and Paul stand to make millions from such a spectacle, and with Tyson's history of financial troubles and Paul's penchant for high-profile events, it became clear that both fighters could benefit immensely from a highly publicized match. Boxing in recent years has increasingly leaned into spectacle, with celebrity fights and money fights taking precedence over traditional bouts. The Paul-Tyson match fits perfectly into this new model, where the excitement of the fight takes a backseat to the entertainment value. Social media and boxing fans were quick to point out the unusual circumstances surrounding the fight. Tyson, who is a seasoned athlete, seemed to lack the hunger and fire that characterized his earlier fights. Fans noted that his lack of movement and slow reflexes were uncharacteristic of the Tyson they remembered. Moreover, Tyson's past involvement in controversial events, such as his famous ear-biting incident with Evander Holyfield, only added to the skepticism surrounding his motives. Could it be that Tyson was participating in a carefully orchestrated event to maintain his relevance in the world of boxing? Jake Paul, on the other hand, has been accused of cherry-picking opponents and stepping into the ring with fighters who are past their prime or have minimal experience in professional boxing. His fight with Tyson followed a similar pattern, leading some critics to accuse Paul of exploiting the situation for personal gain. Paul's victory over Tyson fits into his narrative of being a serious boxer, but many argue that his success has come at the expense of taking on opponents who may not be in a condition to fight at their best. The fact that Tyson, at 58, was paired with Paul raised questions about the ethics of the fight. Should an older fighter, whose prime years are long behind him, be matched against a young man with less experience but far greater physical advantages? While Tyson is still a formidable presence in the ring, it is widely believed that his decision to fight Paul was a step too far. Fans have become divided, with some continuing to support Tyson despite the fight's outcome, while others now question whether his involvement was driven by financial desperation. The future of boxing, spectacle, or sport? Even in the aftermath of the fight, The debate over whether the match was rigged or scripted continues to simmer. While both fighters have denied that the fight was predetermined, the fact remains that the outcome of the match raised more questions than answers. Tyson's fans are upset that he seemingly threw away his legacy by participating in a spectacle rather than a legitimate fight, while others feel that this type of event detracts from the true nature of professional boxing. The fight also raises broader questions about the future of boxing. Is the sport being reduced to a circus act, where the emphasis is no longer on skill and technique, but on entertainment and pay-per-view sales? With the rise of influencer boxing and events like the Paul Tyson fight, boxing is increasingly becoming about celebrity status rather than athletic prowess. The credibility of the sport is now at risk, with fans wondering whether genuine boxers will be overshadowed by these staged and theatrical matchups. Ultimately, the Tyson-Paul fight will likely go down as one of the most controversial events in boxing history. While Paul's victory may be a testament to his skill and preparation, the shadow of suspicion will continue to loom over the fight. Whether or not it was scripted, the fight serves as a cautionary tale about the commercialization of boxing and the dangers of prioritizing spectacle over true competition. Tyson's involvement in this event is a reminder that even the greatest boxers can become pawns in a larger spectacle, with financial incentives taking precedence over athletic integrity. Fans are left to ponder whether Tyson, despite his legendary status, truly belonged in the ring with Paul, or if the fight was simply another example of a pre-planned spectacle designed to entertain rather than showcase true boxing talent. In the end, the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight has left many fans questioning the integrity of the match and the future of boxing. Was this fight just another carefully orchestrated spectacle, or did Tyson truly have the chance to compete on his own terms? With the rise of influencer boxing, the line between sport and entertainment continues to blur. Should we accept this as the new normal for boxing, or is it time to demand that authenticity and athleticism return to the ring? If you like this video, make sure to subscribe to our channel for more content. Thank you.